I think the funniest thing I've ever seen was this guy who was a huge Trump supporter showing his portfolio going, I've lost so much money. The stocks are so low. But then he says, I love it. This is what freedom tastes like. This is what freedom smells like.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
The timing of this stock market crash to be right before tax season is insane. Because you're telling me that I'm watching my money vaporize into thin air right now, and next week I have to file my taxes and hand money over to a dictatorship? You're fucking insane.
I've lost $150,000 in the stock market now because of these dang tariffs, and to have some fun with that number, I've asked ChatGPT to give me some ideas of what I could have spent that money on if I still had it. So, first and foremost, I could buy a used Lamborghini Gallardo. I could buy over 1,000 bottles of Dom Perignon, a down payment on a house in North Jersey, wouldn't be able to afford the taxes though, 3 years of rent in New York City, a base model G-Wagon, a private island in the Philippines, front row seats to Formula One races for an entire season. I could get Kendrick Lamar to feature on one of my songs. I could buy 5,000 hardcover books, but I wouldn't have the library to put them in. I could book a 30-piece orchestra to record an entire album of mine. 1 year of a luxury apartment's rent in Nashville. I could pay to summit Everest 3 separate times. Buy a sealed first edition Pokemon box set. Yeah. Pay for a full nose to toe body transformation, make myself look like whoever the heck I want. Wear a new pair of designer sneakers every single day. Meanwhile, I own like 3 pairs of shoes. Commission a full-size marble statue of myself. Hire a videographer to follow me around all day, every day for an entire year. An Hermes Birkin bag. I had no idea they were that expensive. A high-altitude balloon ride. I could jump out of it like the Red Bull guy, and the last one it gave me was a luxury cruise to explore the Antarctic region. Yeah, so I mean, any one of those things would be cooler than just losing $150,000, but it'll come back. I hope, I think.
Hi guys, I have a question. Whether you're on the right side or the left side, it doesn't matter. This is kind of a question for everybody that's in my age group, particularly the Gen Xers. What are we doing with our 401ks? What are we doing with our IRAs and any investments that we might have? We're the next generation that's going to be retiring. And I have worked since I was 14 years old. I started contributing to a 401k in my late 20s probably. And it's grown over time because we can't really count on Social Security. Yesterday, watching the stock market crash was one of the scariest things I think that I've ever seen as a almost 52-year-old person. I am relying on my 401k to offset any Social Security that I may or may not get, who knows. I don't want to politicize this post, whether you voted for Kamala or for Trump, more of an independent, especially after everything that's gone on. I don't align myself with the Democratic Party anymore. It does not mean that I am a Trump fan. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, but I'm worried about my money. And at the end of the day, it's about our money. It's about where our money is going and what kind of money we'll have in the future so that we can actually retire. I am not working until I'm 70 years old. I don't care if I have to sell my house and downsize, even though if I sold my house, I wouldn't be able to afford a house because interest rates are so high. So even if I wanted to move, I have to stay put. What are we all doing with our 401ks? Are we just pulling out and closing our account and putting our money under a mattress like our grandparents did? What are we doing? Because this shit is scary. And you might come in and say, oh, just give it time. It might go back up. Yeah, but it might not.
10% of people own 90% of the stock market. So what does that mean for us? It means it's now on sale for the common person, for the bus driver, for the school teacher, for the construction worker. We can now buy stocks as normal people. And those 10% that own the 90%, they're the ones that are hurting right now. In my opinion, they're not hurting either. It's going to come back. It always does. If it doesn't come back, we have much bigger problems than finances, really. So the stock market crash is a good thing, especially for the common person. Everything's on sale. You should go out and get some now.
Donald Trump tanked the economy on purpose Y'all, he ran the stock market down on freaking purpose. And you know why he wants the stock market to crash, which it did? So that his billionaire friends could swoop in and buy all the stocks at really, really low prices. This is why he's been saying recently, oh, it's only going to hurt for a little bit. It's only going to hurt for a little bit. It's a small setback. You know what? It may be a small setback for billionaires, but for people like us who invest the little money that we have extra into the stock market, we cannot afford for it to tank like this. He is not in it for me and you, guys. He's in it for his billionaire friends. So my advice to everybody is don't take your money out. Keep your money in if you can. He's expecting us to pull out our money, and then all of these low stocks are going to be available and his billionaire friends are going to buy them. And then when the stock market goes back up, bam, they made a killing.
Everybody's waking up about the stock market. If y'all didn't know, I day trade, I swing trade. You know, I be in the markets. I be on these charts, okay? I'm not upset. If I did everything right come Monday, I should be up about 5 bands, okay? Because here's the thing with ETFs. You can trade them both sides. So if you're not somebody who's investing your money, but you're day trading, there are stocks that you can buy where if the market is doing bad, if you buy that ETF, it goes up. If the market is doing good and you buy the other ETF that is bull on the market, it goes up. You know what I mean? Some is like SQQ, TQQ, there's QQQ, all the Qs. There's just different ones, but come Monday, I'm looking to see some numbers that will make mama happy. Mama being me.
Where do I put my money? What about my 401k, my bank account? Listen, Shardy, I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks and advice, okay? Econ 101 with bitch. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to find out what the return rate on your 401k is after taxes. Meaning how much money are you going to get out of your 401k and how much is the percentage of tax that you got to pay on that? Go find that information. Second thing you're going to do. You're going to go down to the bank. You're going to see how much you got in it. And if you got some savings, I want you to allocate half of the savings to the checking account. And then the routing numbers and everything that you have set up for your pay stubs, you're going to go ahead and stop that account from growing with your paychecks. You're going to go to your employer. You're going to dip out of payday like I go to my bank, I get it 3 days. Or we're going to stop doing that. We're going to just get paper checks from now on. And the other thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the bank and you're going to ask for a book of checks. That costs you $2, $3. Next thing you're going to do after you get all this taken care of, okay? You got everything cleaned out. You got your checkbook and everything. You're going to get your paper checks. Go to your kitchen. Kitchen is a handy tool. You're going to go find you a big, sharp knife. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to your mattress or couch and you're going to find a squishy spot and you're going to cut a big hole in it that fits a chock full of nuts can. Now, you might have to remove some of the stuffing and you might have to remove some of the stuff that's in the couch. Don't remove the springs. Just enough room to put a chock full of nuts can. See, because a chock full of nuts can is made out of steel. And you're going to put a whole bunch of cash that's out of them accounts in that can. Whatever money you got left in your person, on your person, you're going to start figuring out the day that you need the money into the bank account that you have not closed, and you're going to start writing paper checks to the bill companies, including your landlord. See, what that does is it sets it up where you have the X amount of money that you need, but anything extra is going in that coffee can. You want to know why? We don't trust banks and institutions. We don't trust them. We don't talk to them. You're going to cut all your credit cards, and you're just going to cut your credit cards. We ain't going to touch our credit card. We ain't going to put nothing on our credit card. We ain't going to put nothing in the bank that isn't necessary. We're going to do everything in cash. Period. Now, if that sounds like too much, you don't want to cut your furniture up. I get it. Furniture's expensive. Goodwill probably going to have a shortage on it soon. So just go ahead and do me a favor. That same chock full of nuts can I told you about, you're going to go and you're going to put it in your freezer. It's going to be in your freezer. Thank me later. Don't freak out. Just do what your great-grandparents did and your grandparents when the Depression happened. They stopped trusting banks. They closed out their accounts. And they hoarded their money within the walls of their homes, and in their freezers, and in their baseboards, and in their couches, and in their mattresses. And I didn't say you had to pay taxes on anything. That's up to you to decide. But if I had the allocated funds and didn't spend it on surviving. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I get the stock market is bad. It's just, why are the people who are the most pissed off about it people that have no money in stocks at all and are unemployed and can do whatever they want on Tuesday afternoons, it seems. It's just weird.
If you are not retiring in the next 1 to 4 years, you do not need to worry about what's happening with your 401k. Your 401k will come back, trust me. Look at the 2008 financial crisis and where we are today. The only thing that I would consider is adjusting your portfolio that aligns with your risk tolerance. So if it's 90% stocks and 10% bonds, maybe adjust it to 70% stocks and 10% bonds, or 30% bonds. You can call the company that manages your 401k to help you all with that. But te juro, please do not take out your money out of your 401k. You will pay a penalty plus taxes at your current tax bracket. If you are on the path to retirement and you are going to retire in the next 4 years, that is a whole different conversation, which means you better adjust your portfolio right now to be at a low tolerance, meaning 80% bonds, maybe 20% stocks, so you don't take on all this risk.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Don't be fooled. Now is the time to make money, and a lot of it. A lot of people be scared, and it be extreme fear going around whenever the market is crashing. The stock market lost $3.2 trillion today. It lost $2 trillion on yesterday. Days before, weeks before, it lost $2 trillion in a day. Collectively, at this point, the market has lost over $10 trillion. And this is like going into a Nike store, the Gucci store, the Louis Lou, and they having a 50% off discount. You know how quick you gonna get them new J's that just released? If they going for $200, but now they say you can get them for $100? Or PS5, this bullshit that we buy. The latest iPhone come out, and you got a manager discount. Instead of spending $1,000, you get a $500. You gonna be quick to buy. But whenever you can buy an asset, something that's gonna help you make money for a discount, you scared, you in fear, you second guessing it. Let me run this by you. Even if you buy and be like, damn, what if I buy and it continue to go down or it don't come back? If the market crashes and never come back, you don't really got to worry about the society as a whole. We might as well just die, because everything will be worthless. You'll be stuck in your damn house. You won't have no job to go to, because I'm pretty sure the company that you work for, whether it's Amazon, Walmart, Nike, it's all tied right back into the stock market. You won't have places to spend your money at. If McDonald's and all these places go under, where the fuck you gonna go buy food from? Where you gonna go work at? Talk to me now. I want you to listen. Where the fuck you gonna go spend the money at? So if you invest the money in the market and quality companies, it's almost guaranteed you're gonna make your money back. And if you don't, if the money don't matter anyway, because you ain't gonna have nowhere to spend it.
You know, yesterday the stock market lost $1 trillion in value. $1 trillion from grifters, the IT community. But that's not the point. The point is what Donald Trump did. He distracted us with bullshit. Because he didn't want to be blamed for what happened with fucking Wall Street and the money that they're giving to the IT industry, because we're subsidizing them and they're throwing the fucking money away because they're grifters. So what does Donald Trump do? He creates chaos and we're all distracted. We're all distracted, and no one has asked him about that $1 trillion that Wall Street lost on his day 7.
All right, yesterday I made a video showing me logging into my stock account and crying basically over how much it went down. A lot of you want updates for Friday. So it is Friday, April the 4th, 2025. It is 11:50 in the morning. I'm going to log into my this is my personal stock account. This is not my 401k. My 401k is separate. I did make a 401k video earlier this morning. It was pretty bad. All right, here we go. Logging into my personal stock account. I like to play stocks. I am down $9,787. Quick update, as of 12/27, I am down $13,000. Yesterday, I was down $19,000, so at least it wasn't that. The last 2 days on my personal stock account, I am down $29,354. Because of tariffs. Because of tariffs that no one wants. We are in a tariff war. We are in a war with the world now with tariffs. Misery loves company. I am enjoying your comments below about how much you have lost. I'm sorry you guys have lost money. Look, MAGA, non-MAGA, we're all in the same boat right now. We're all losing money because of Supreme Leader Trump's idiotic tariff war against the rest of the world. So we're all sort of in the same boat. So if you hear MAGAs complaining, you know, maybe just say this is what you voted for, but then give them a little sympathy, give them a hug, give them a little pat on the back. So let's check the Dow and everything real quick before we stop this video. The Dow is down almost 1,300 points today. The NASDAQ is down 596 points today, and the S&P 500 is down almost 200. It's 197 down for the day. Oh, and one more thing. People ask me if I ride or die with one or two stocks in my personal stock account. The answer to that is no. I have what I feel is a pretty diversified portfolio. I like playing stocks, sort of like gambling for me. I don't know, whatever. But I have Apple and Spotify and Amazon and Uber and Ford and Nokia and Snapchat. I have a couple pharma in there. I have Moderna and a company called Iovance. I also have Disney. Yeah, so it's pretty diversified. That's not everything, but that's the exciting ones. Everyone's down. Look, there's one thing about the stock market that I am sure of. I forget what the actual stat is, but whenever the stock market crashes, it always comes back to the level it was before it crashed within a certain number of days, with the exception of the Depression, and I think 2008. It was a little bit longer in both cases. The Depression was a lot longer, but so I have confidence that the stock market is gonna come back by nothing that Supreme Leader Trump does. Trust me, it's just the nature of the stock market. It's the nature of investings. Everybody wants their 401ks to go up. I moved some money around a couple weeks ago to get ready for this point. I'm going to probably buy into the stock market on my personal stock account on Monday or Tuesday of next week. I know not everyone has the means to do that, but if you're holding on to some cash for whatever reason you are, if you have too much in savings, Monday or Tuesday would probably be a good time to jump back in. I'm not saying it's not going to go down some more. It's going to go down some more, but I'm just going to buy in on Monday and roll the dice. Like I said, I like playing stocks. It's sort of like gambling for me. So have a good weekend.
So I am in a stock trading group right now, and people in the group have made so much money from this crash. And I know a lot of people who have just like lost so much money. Those who were prepared for it, they are making so much money right now. But those who weren't, they're losing a lot of money. And as for me, I have $0 in stocks right now. None at all. I'll start to invest in about, let's say, 3 months or so.
Hey man, look here. I've been seeing everybody going crazy right now. Everybody losing their mind. Everybody stressed out because Trump put them tariffs on people across the country. Yeah, he put them tariffs on Canada, put tariffs on China. Yeah, people going crazy. The stock market going crazy right now. They lost $9 billion in 2 days. Everybody, he gonna need Democrats. We told y'all Trump gonna mess up the economy and all that crap. Look here, you know what I learned in life? You gotta go through something to get to something. Yeah, it's gonna be rough right now. Yeah, it's gonna be some tough times. But damn it, if it's gonna be better on the other side, let's go through it. So Trump just said, "Hey, bro, look here, y'all been taxing us. We gonna tax y'all ass." So I don't want to hear that stuff about no damn Democrats and what they did, cause they was in office 4 years, ain't did shit. Trump did more than his first couple of months that they did the whole 4 years. Joe Biden stood asleep. He didn't even know he was out the office. He stood asleep. Put tariffs on that ass. Canada, pay your tariffs. China, pay your tariffs. Now China, they try to bang back and put 34% tariffs on us. But hey, if you want a war, we gonna give you a damn war. It's time for America to wake up. It's time for us to get our money. So put more tariffs on that ass and go to hell. Trump.
So all the stocks that I purchased based on TikTok influence lost money. It is actually kind of crazy. All of the stocks that I had no idea what the company was doing or anything about it, I just saw someone on TikTok talk about it, lost money. For example, Kathy Wood in ARK was just all over my TikTok, so I bought a bunch of that ETF, lost money. I also bought Plug Power. I don't even know. It's like a South Korean EV thing. I have no idea, but I saw it on TikTok everywhere. Bought it. And this was back in like 2020, 2021, when the GameStop and all that stuff was going on. My biggest gains have been in big tech companies. It's surprising because buying in big tech companies have gotten just so much more return than in whatever companies like they're telling you to buy. It's crazy. So like you don't need an advisor. You don't need an investment advisor. Just buy in the big tech companies because they just return like crazy. For example, I purchased Microsoft even at its peak like a year or two ago. It still just threw out money, which is crazy. Like I feel like Microsoft is just going to get bigger and bigger. Apple also returned positive returns. The biggest return that I've purchased was Tesla. I purchased it in 2016 and it literally 10x'd the amount of money. Now, I wish I put in the amount of money I spent on my Tesla because I would have made over $500,000 just on that trade. And I don't actively, like, I don't sell stuff, so I would just hold it for as long as possible. I'm surprised also my Meta stock didn't go down as much. And in fact, it kind of evened out because I thought, like, Facebook was just going to, like, die. But it actually has held up pretty well. But like my stocks like Zoom, I've lost money on Zoom, lost money on like those airlines that I thought was gonna like recoup after the pandemic. Carnival too, like I don't think Carnival recouped, which is crazy because they should have. Coinbase definitely like lost money. All this crypto stuff on that I purchased from TikTok, like with the influence of TikTok, I lost money. I lost so much money in crypto because I listened to people who I didn't understand. Also, one of my biggest losses is Shopify, and I think they're going to continue to go down because I am on Shopify. The fact that they've laid off so many people, and I don't know, I just feel like they're not as good as they once were, and there's a lot of competition with like Facebook, buying through Facebook and buying through TikTok now. The moral of the story is just buy in stocks and companies that you know. And don't listen to anybody, including a financial advisor. I do not have a financial advisor because even 2% of my worth in equities is a lot. Like, don't listen to anything like that someone says on TikTok or like read whatever. Like, just go with like the companies and brands you use and you like. I should have bought Lululemon. I've never purchased Lululemon stock. Why not?
If you haven't checked your 401k account yet, can I recommend that you don't? At least give yourself through the weekend. Just don't look. It's not going to be good or pretty, especially if you're close to retirement. Just don't.
I think the next time that I want to check my Fidelity and just see where my 401k is at, I think I'm just going to get drunk instead, and delete the app off my phone. So
this shit don't make sense. Tell me, please somebody explain to me how putting tariffs on a country, a certain set of islands that a country owns, that no one lives on these islands, nothing is going into these islands, nothing is coming out of these islands, but we're going to slam tariffs on them. Make that make sense. How is that making America great again? Y'all, you can't make this shit up. This is an embarrassment.
The median U.S. household investment in the stock market was recently about $51,000, meaning half the households had more invested in the stock market, half had less. Now, since Trump took office, the S&P 500 has declined 9.4%. So, to everyone who voted against Kamala because of the price of eggs, you should know that Trump's absolutely insane economic moves have already cost the median family about $4,800, which could buy them about 11,000 eggs. Think about it.
It's really hard to focus at work today because the only thing that's crashing out right now is the stock market, and I don't know what that means really. Will it impact my life? I don't know, but it's impacting somebody's life. You know what's crazy too? It's impacting somebody's life who voted for Trump because he said that he would make everything cheaper and he would bring more money to the United States. And there's someone who has a lot of money in whatever stocks that are plummeting, that is losing money. So I would like to hear from you guys. Where are the Trump supporters that voted for Trump? who are directly affected by his policies. Because nothing changes for me. I think I might have to pay more in groceries and everything else, but that was going to happen regardless. So let's hear from the congregation. What's up? What's up?
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.